everyone, welcome back to Pably. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Pipedrive person on cognitive forms submission. So I am an owner of a real estate agency and using cognitive form, I have created a form with the help of which I am collecting my leads details. And with the help of Pipedrive, I manage all my leads and their data. Here what I want is that as soon as many of the potential customers, a new form submission is going to be done using cognitive forms, automatically I want to create that lead as a person in my Pipedrive account. Now doing this manually is going to be very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pably Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between cognitive forms and Pipedrive with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to create Pipedrive person on cognitive forms submission. So as an owner of a real estate agency business, I use cognitive form to collect important details from my clients. And I also use Pipedrive to manage and track the status of all my leads. The problem that I face is manually entering the information from each cognitive form submissions into my Pipedrive account. That was very time consuming and prone to errors. So to solve this, I've automated this entire process. Now, whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the potential leads with the help of cognitive forms, automatically that lead is going to be created as a contact in my Pipedrive account. And to create this automation between these two applications, I'm using Pably Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pably Connect, that's pably.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pably Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pably Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pably apps in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pably, from which we are going to select Pably Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pably Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pably Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Create Pipedrive Person on Cognitive Forms Submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pably Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. Further, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Pipedrive Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Pipedrive Person on Cognitive Form Submissions, and there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is our action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Cognitive Forms. Cognitive Forms is an online tool that helps us to create and manage forms for collecting information easily. Think of it as a digital way to gather details like name, email, feedback, or even payments from people. And I use Cognitive Form in order to collect the details of my leads, okay? With the help of this form, the leads are going to send their details to me with the property type that they are interested in and the appointment date that they want to book with us, okay? So with the help of this form, I collect all these data. And I want that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by the leads using Cognitive Form, automatically, instantly, Pably Connect should capture the response of that. That is why for my trigger, I'm going to select it as Cognitive Forms. And for my trigger event, I'm going to select it as New Entry, okay? After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pably Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to build a connection between Cognitive Forms and Pably Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to firstly copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, we have to log into our Cognitive Forms account, okay? And then we have to go to the form submission settings, and then we have to click on this post JSON data on website right here. So for that, firstly, I'm going to log into my Cognitive Forms account. So this is my Cognitive Forms account. You can see right over here. This is the form that I've created in the name of contact form, okay? As I'm going to click on this contact form field, the form setting is going to appear on the left side of your screen. After coming to form settings on the left side of the panel, there are multiple options given to us. From that, select this post JSON data to a website, click on it and toggle this button on right over here, okay? And from these, there are three fields from which under submit entry endpoint over here in this field, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, okay? After entering the endpoint URL, I'm going to click on this save button right over here to save the changes that I've created. As the changes are been saved right over here, this means we have added the webhook to this form that I've created using Cognitive Form, okay? If I'm going to go back to my workflow over here and scroll down, you can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Cognitive Forms is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test form submission of this form that I've connected to Pabbly Connect. After doing the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response to the test form submission being done or not. For doing the test form submission over here, I'm going to click on this publish button right here. As I've clicked on this publish button, you can see this is the URL of this form. I'm going to copy this URL from here and I'm going to open it in a new tab right over here. As I've done that, you can see right over here, this form in the name of contact form is going to appear in front of you. And this is the form that I've created using Cognitive Forms. You can see right over here, okay? So this is the same form that I've created. It's been opened right here. And with the help of this form, we are now going to do the test form submission. For the name, this is the lead's name. I'm going to write the first name over here as test. For the last name of my lead over here, I'm going to write it as lead45. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testlead45@pabblytudes.com. And for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. For the interested property type, I'm going to select it as residential property, okay? And for the appointment date, I'm going to book an appointment on, let's suppose, on 27th of December 2024, okay? This is the appointment date that I have, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. As I've done that, it says thank you for filling out the form. This means the test form submission has now been done. As the test form submission is done, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test form submission. Let us study the response right here. The name, first name is test, last name is lead45. For the phone number, this is the dummy mobile number, property type interested as residential property. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see right over here, this is the appointment date, that is 27th of December 2024, that has been booked by the customer, okay? As the response of the form submission has been captured in our trigger, this means that Cognitive Forms has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the lead using Cognitive Form, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. Now, here my objective is that as soon as a form submission is going to be done by the lead using Cognitive Form, I want to add that lead as a contact in my Pipedrive account. Now, for doing that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Pipedrive. Pipedrive is a simple yet powerful sales and customer relationship management tool that is designed to help businesses to track and manage their sales processes. It works as a digital assistant that keeps all our leads data, deals, and clients' interactions organized in one place. And using Pipedrive, I manage my leads data and I keep a track of all of them. I want that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done using Cognitive Form by our lead, I want to add that lead as a contact in my Pipedrive account. Now for doing that, we are going to set up this action step in which I'm going to select my action application as Pipedrive, and for the action event, I'm going to select it as create a person. After selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button to build the connection between Pipedrive and Pabbly Connect. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, you can see over here it is asking for the API token. Using this API token, we are going to build a connection between Pipedrive and Pabbly Connect. And from where we can have the API token, for that follow the steps given here below in the help desk to have the API token. Firstly, what we have to do is we have to log into a Pipedrive account that we want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is my Pipedrive account, you can see right over here. And to have the API token on the top right corner, this is the profile icon right over here. Click on this icon right here. And from the given options, go to this personal preferences option right here. As we're going to land towards this page over here, from these options, go to this API option right here, and this is the API token. Copy it from here and paste it over here in the workflow that we are creating and click on the save button right here. As I've done that, you can see Pipedrive has now been connected to Pabbly Connect, okay? After doing that, over here it is asking for the name, label, phone, email, and all the other details of the person that we want to create in our Pipedrive account. So now for the data of these fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step, that is Cognito new form entry. If I'm going to click on it, you can see right over here, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the name of our lead. In the response right over here, we receive the name of the lead, first name, and the last name. So as it is asking the name of the person that we are creating in our Pipedrive account, and I want to create this lead who have done the form submission using Cognito form as a person in my Pipedrive account. So what I'm going to do is, for the data of this field, that is the name, I'm going to select the data from my previous response. I'm going to select the first name, space the last name. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever now a new form submission is going to be done and over here the trigger is going to catch the response, automatically the new data that has been captured is going to be replaced in place of this map data. Okay. After that, it is asking for the label. For the label over here, I'm going to write it as hot lead right over here. Okay. This is the label that I want. For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number of my lead from my previous response. For the email over here, I'm going to map the data of the email of my lead right here. So this is the email. I'm going to map the data of the email of my lead. After that, it is asking for the organization owner, which I do not require. So I'm going to skip the part. For the visible to, I'm going to select as none right over here. After that, it is asking for the first name. So I've received the data of the first name. I'm going to map the data. For the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name right here. Okay. It is asking for the labels right here, which I do not require. So I'm going to skip the part. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to simply click on the Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we've received a response right here, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Pipedrive account and I'm going to check whether a new person has been created in my account or not. For that, I'm going to open my Pipedrive account. This is the person, that is the people's contact page of my Pipedrive account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, a new person has been added in my Pipedrive account. The name is testlead45. You can see right over here. With the email as testlead45@pablitudes.com. The lead is hot lead. You can see right here. With the dummy mobile number, you can see right over here. Okay. As the person is successfully created in my Pipedrive account for my Cognito form submission, this means that we successfully created an automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do another form submission with the help of Cognito Forms, and after doing the submission, I'm going to check whether a new person has been created in my Pipedrive account or not. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to generate another test lead with the help of Cognito Forms. Over here, it is asking for all the lead details. I'm going to fill in all the required details right here. I filled in all the required details. First name as Smart, last name as Person, email as smartperson@pablitudes.com with a dummy mobile number. Property interested in as industrial property and the appointment date, that is 22nd of December 2024. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. As I've done that, it says thank you for filling out the form. This means the form submission has now been done successfully using Cognito Form. As the form submission has now been done, I am going to open my Pipedrive account and I'm going to check whether a new person has been added to my Pipedrive account or not. For that, I'm going to open my Pipedrive account. I'm going to go back to the people's page of my Pipedrive account. If I'm going to scroll down, you can see right over here, a new person has been added in my Pipedrive account in the name of Smart Person. Email as smartperson@pablitudes.com with the tag over here as hot lead. And this is the phone number of our lead. You can see right over here. As the person has been successfully created in my Pipedrive account with the help of the form submission that was done using Cognito Forms, this means that we successfully created an automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done, I am an owner of a real estate agency and using Cognito Forms, I collect the data of my leads. Away from my trigger, I've selected as Cognito Forms and new entry, as whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the lead using Cognito Forms, automatically in our trigger, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. And away for the action, I've selected as Pipedrive and create a person, as I want to create this lead who have done the form submission using Cognito Form as a person in my Pipedrive account. So that is why I've set up this action step right over here. And this is how you create this amazing automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.